Hello and welcome back to part 2 of tonight's episode of Blades in the Dark. So, you decided to attend the party of Horth von Drachenberg.
Was it ever in doubt?
Probably not. No. Probably not. So today we'll skip forward into the first of Calavet, the second of the 6 months that make up the Doskvolian calendar. The first of the 60 days.
We'll flip through.
Known as, I believe, Gold
Moon.
First
day of spring.
First day of spring and Horth's celebration. So, before you attend tonight's festivities, for it will be taking place rather late, the party invitation tells you to get there at the hour of silver, which is the equivalent of 8 o'clock, with the party most likely to begin at the hour of flame, which is around 10. Mm-hmm. So the first 12 hours of the day, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m, it's numbers, but then the last 12 hours, in traditional Doskvol terms, are the hour of song, the hour of silver, so on and so forth.
I've got a question.
You do.
Will fashion turning up to the party, fashionably late, affect the engagement roll? Do we get an extra dice?
Do you have noble background?
No.
I think
you don't know.
I think it is
not
plus
know.
1d for being fashionable.
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah. I'm for being bold, right? So just take 4 dice. Let's skip.
Being fashionable would be bold.
So, anything you wish to do for tonight's festivities? The invitation is taking you to Horth's workshop, like place of work, which is near his house. From what you got the address, it's not a residential address, but it's more like a ballroom.
Okay.
I think we've done everything we need to beforehand. I think it's just anything we'll come back in flashbacks.
What? Your clothes are fine, right, or very fine?
They are.
You have very fine, I believe.
Most fine. I will have you know, sir.
Because you're a mage, right? You've got
I think
really.
they're very fine, yeah. Very fine clothes.
So you're the equivalent of tier 3. What do you have? For interest.
His old clothes.
His old clothes.
I've had them refitted.
You had them refitted, so you've got his old fine clothes. So you've got tier.
Yeah.
You've got. Who did you get them refitted by?
Margaret.
Right, I need to roll for Margaret.
Oh, no.
Right.
Okay.
We have to do a fortune roll to see how well she's done.
Well, yeah, because as part of the standard slide kit, I've got fine clothes and jewellery. You can have those, because I've got to make some very fine clothes.
Yeah. So Margaret, we'll call her an expert at what she does, so we'll call her a tier 2.
Yeah.
So it's just straightforward. You roll to see how well she does it.
I might be ruining your fine clothes here. It might be get dropped. Even if I've got clothes, who cares? 5 and a 2.
5 and a 2. Okay, yeah. So she does it there. That's pretty good. So it's tier 2. You're equivalent of tier 2. You're current tier 3. You look.
Is there any part of my suit which I should hide from anyone seeing? Like, does it get a bit dodgy under the arm? Down the seam?
I will say, don't damage those clothes, because my very fine clothes are an asset, so they are only a one-time use thing.
Oh, okay. So they will
break at the end of the evening. They're not very durable.
Alright, Cinderella.
Let's hope we don't get in trouble. Yeah, does his asset run out at midnight or something like that? Okay. So we need him refitting back to
You did what to my very fine clothes?
Well, we're different builds. You're quite light. Isn't Merrick quite like?
Yeah.
He's younger than me. Yeah, and I'm
wiry,
stocky and I've got a gut on me. Take some.
Yeah, Margaret had to add fabric into the clothes.
Yeah,
not remove fabric from them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, is there anything we should do, or are we skipping straight to the party?
There's nothing I can think of.
Party!
Excellent, you go through the front door.
We go through the front door, not shouting party.
Okay, so what type of engagement are you doing?
This is a social.
You know what? It makes sense for us to actually arrive separately. Doesn't it, Dan?
Yeah, I think it might.
Because you got a disguise on. I've got no disguise on.
He's Ibrahim.
But you are still... Your invitation is still in the name of...
What's your name, Lewis?
It's Lafayette.
I don't remember it.
Is it Lafayette Darrington?
Darrington. Yeah, Darrington.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's Lafayette.
Are you sure?
Oh, was it not?
It's just
sure?
Lafayette.
It's Lafayette what?
Just Lafayette.
I feel like we should. I think we should have done Attic Door, and I could have been like making you roll for this. It's Lafayette Bartholomew III.
Bartholomew the Third.
Yeah.
Well, Darrington was on. Oh,
Like when you wrote that huge list of names,
Oh yeah,
like
you just took some from it.
4-5 months ago,
Yeah.
Lafayette Darrington was one of them because that was one I used on the overlays test length.
I got twins of stupid.
Lafayette Bartholomew III.
I'll write that down this time.
Lafayette Bartholomew the Third.
The third's very important.
Okay.
So, what's the point of detail for your score, please?
Connection.
And what is your connection?
Our connection is this invitation
It is. Well done.
to a
So-
party. Party.
You have 1 dice for sheer luck. Oh,
Soiree.
we always forget. What load are you taking? Light?
Light.
Heavy. No, light.
Regular is scoundrel,
Light.
and heavy is you are clearly gears for
That-
war.
Just bear in mind there is little room in this suit
Yeah.
for anything other than a light load. I think.
Okay, so you're going light and
yeah,
light.
yeah.
I guess I'll go
You look like a
light.
normal citizen of Doskvol.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, light and light. Your connection is the invitation.
Correct.
So 1 dice for sheer luck. 1 dice for your invitation. I want to give you 1 dice for your documents, but only you're going separately.
I think he'll go before me.
Yeah, so...
Oh right.
So I'm going to say no on this
Okay.
one. So, 1 dice for the short, 1 dice for the invitation. Any major strength? No. Horse would recognise you. If he's seen you, he'd probably recognise you, right?
You'd recognise him.
Yeah. Ooh, okay,
If you
but
saw it,
he's
there's
not at the
150
door, but
there's
he's
a
not at the door.
There's 150 people.
It's just good to know that. I'm glad we've established that early on that he'd recognise you. Okay, cute.
Him.
Yeah,
Not me.
Him.
Would he recognise?
I have
me
a
in my
moustache.
Fine clothes. I'm dressed unlike it. Yeah,
2 dice seems fair.
that does not seem fair.
What do you think is the reason for the third? No. Only one of you's got documents to back up your identity.
Okay.
So is this the role for both of us then?
Yeah, it's the engagement for both of you. Because you will get into the party without an issue. You've got an invitation, you will be in the party. Harvale is ensured you will get in. However, depending on where you roll will depend on what is the
What
first
happens
obstacle
when
you
you
face.
Alrighty, engagement roll, 2 dice.
Ooh, that was close
He
to a
almost
crit.
critted, he almost critted.
I saw it as well. I saw
So,
the 6.
you are in a control position when the action starts. So, as you arrive, how far apart do you arrive, to interest?
5 minutes.
That's part. And I'm guessing you've agreed to meet up somewhere.
Yeah.
So, allow me to...
By the canapes.
I'll be drinking. I'll be drinking punch by the canapes. You'll see me. You won't recognise
So
me.
it's like, what's the
Do I
canapé?
Did I see him before he left? Do I recognise him?
I don't know, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good.
Wow.
Made me drop my canapé.
So I will describe the scene for you, and then I'll let you. I'll cue you in, as they say. So as you approach the address, who's taking Romina's carriage? Because only one. You're gonna go on carriage. You're coming separately, right?
Oh god.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd both take him in his carriage, but then
One of
just
you
get
gets
off.
out, and the other one goes
Within
around.
walking distance, just get off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're first. So Romina takes your
I'm
way.
hitting this. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you approach the party, wearing your very fine clothes, just describe how you dress for us.
I've got some very fine clothes.
How
A
fine?
bit of very
fine.
I'm looking almost passably
Yeah.
weirdly like a citizen of Brightstone, like as
Yeah.
passable as it gets.
Yeah.
For someone of my background.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What colour is your suit?
I think it's
Black, bottle green, blue, powder blue, baby blue, red. What colour would Merrick go for?
I want to blend in. I do not want to make a statement. It will probably be a fairly neutral.
Okay, not like
You don't want
like
peacock?
bottle green. You're not peacock.
It's not
Rainbow!
peacock.
White shirt.
Yeah.
Any jewellery?
What would be the commonly seen?
I've only seen jewellery, a ring,
Yeah.
bracelets,
A watch.
necklace, watch.
Yeah,
Nothing untoward.
yeah. Definitely a pocket watch.
A lot of Ruvians wear a necklace.
I was thinking maybe something Aruvian, like
Yeah.
an earring or something.
Okay, so then the knows your heritage as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. Good. What about you?
Well, I'm in Merrick's clothes, so it's probably like quite a plain black suit, like a good cut though.
Yeah.
The job Margaret did was passable.
Okay.
But perhaps, I don't know, it doesn't look the most comfortable in the clothes. Like he's
unused to wearing something.
Unused to wearing a suit, and also it's not quite the right size. Obviously, Merrick's quite a different
It's still
body
fine
type.
clothes, to be fair. They're still fine.
Yeah. He'd be wearing like a pocket square, silk pocket square, and a ruffled, like, I guess
cravat.
like a cravat, around his neck, which is like sort of like getting in his face a bit. It's like
neck's super itchy.
Yeah, and it's like itching about. He's itching it all through the coach ride, and Merrick's having to go. Merrick's trying to stop. If you itch it, it'll itch more like that, like slapping his hand away.
Yeah,
he's got his he's got a gold pocket watch which he puts into a side pocket on his coat. He looks almost like nowhere near he belongs there, but it's better than what he usually wears.
But he's trying.
He's trying. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And both of you are wearing white shirts, so bloodstains will show. Good to know. So,
action.
that's why I asked you the colour. So, as you pull up to the house, you leave the carriage first. You follow Stuart after, and you both see the same thing. So, the address is in Brightstone. The air is clean. The streets are clean. And you see a sizable law enforcement presence long before you get to the party. The haze of the lantern lights, the electric lights here, with the wires going between them, lead the way. It's almost like some kind of decoration, the wires like banners, streamers leading to the party. The carriage pulls up to off into its own road with a circular, like a roundabout at the end, where a carriage can go up and turn around and come back down the same entrance. The gates are open. You see several blue coats, all wearing their finest in the white gloves and smartly, ironed and starched the literal blue coats they wear, but ironed and starched versions. They hold the doors open.
Can I make a note?
Yes.
As there's quite a large blue coat presence.
Yeah.
Because of what happened in the last episode, where Thadeus got roughed up by a blue coat. Captain, anytime there's any sort of like large blue coat presence, Thadeus is going to be basically actively looking for this guy.
Okay. Yeah, the moustache gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just as a side note, if he turns up at the party or he's around, then something that Thadeus would like to know about.
Okay. Keep an eye on that gentleman. Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
He roughed him up.
He did rough him up quite badly.
Outside his own home.
Okay. Yeah, he did. Yeah, literally in the doorway. So, the carriage pulls around and you see there's like a beautiful statue in the middle with sort of what looks to be what you imagine was once the rising sun, and kind of an angelic figure holding open some water coming out, and has this beautiful kind of like valley stream going right around the sun's rising over the water, which was likely once an old art piece, the sun rising over the Sea of Doskvol. The house has two large wings, both east and west. The carriage pulls up, you step out. The hedges are low, that awkward hedge height where like they super easily trip over, but for some reason they look fashionable. And there's lots of little statues and busts on the way. The air is dry, it's chosen a good night for it. And you see people beginning to mingle and discuss around the gardens and walk. You see women wearing long dresses, kind of trailing. You see black suited, white shirted, and black shirt, butlers with white gloves holding out drinks, refreshments. It's all the hallmark of absolute luxury. Horth has gone out of his way here to display his ostentatious wealth, to make people feel comfortable, to possibly supply them with drinks and wine, food, so that they're more relaxed when you believe or you've been told he's going to ask for some money or some investment.
Yeah.
As you approach the entrance, there are several sets of small stairs, and a long flat piece of more stairs that slowly lead up to this house. And it definitely is built this way on purpose to give you a sense of scope and grandeur as you approach. It's not kind of you just get out of the carriage and walk up. It's, you have this long approach, so this house just gets towards you more, step by step, and it grows in size at every step you take. As you get finally to the marble steps, these wide marble steps lead to a double door entrance, you present your invitation. The gentleman behind there with his lectern allows you to pass. And as the door opens, you are greeted by the sounds and sights of laughter and light. Great light in here for a city that is almost perpetually shrouded in darkness, where most people have to carry their own hand lantern to merely see through the day, with the sun being naught but a weak ember in the sky. To be surrounded by absolute light, all electric light, is quite the wonder. You've seen it at Centralia Club, but they have real fires there, which is quite a rustic ideal of the club. But here is a man who is clearly one for the future, because everything is electric. Bright chandeliers light the way through this house. You see immediately 2 sets of stairs curve up and come to a balcony at a landing at the top, which leads east and left and right. But red velvet rope has been draped across these, leading the procession of the party goers through the middle. You go down a hallway when you see people now sitting on the sides of small benches drinking or looking at various pieces of art, and it quickly opens up into a very large ballroom, at the top of which, similar to the entrance, is another small flight of stairs, but this doesn't lead so much to another flight as merely a raised balcony area where one could stand and address the crowd below. Definitely a staging area if someone was going to give a speech, with a small balcony and kind of railing beneath it, so someone could stand and lean over and address those below them. Behind this, at least several kind of like 2 hallways, but you see a door which again has another red velvet, I think they call it a barrier across it, but it stands out. That one grabs your attention simply because it's just a single barrier blocking that door. And if you had to guess, that's probably where you imagine Hawth will make his entrance. If that's what you were going to do, it's where you'd make yours. Being able to come on and show and greet the crowd. So you are in a hall, surrounded by light, surrounded by drinks, surrounded by conversation. You follow soon after and agree to meet, and you meet where you decide to meet. But there are no real tables here. The only tables are on the sides where people can put, food and items, and there's great lavish food on display. This is more food than either of you have ever seen. Probably not yourself, but more. You've seen food of equal quality, but never in such quantity.
Yeah.
For you, Thaddeus, this is all completely new. This is wealth beyond which the likes you've never seen. This one of these persons' probably day-to-day living will sustain your family for about 6 months. That's the kind of wealth deal here. You are dealing with the elite of the elite. And throughout the whole place, you see various blue coats. Outside and inside, they are wearing black. But they still clearly have those constables' helmets. And then you see what you imagine to be several private security as well, working in conjunction. So, as you are making your way around, a rather red-faced, large gentleman, clearly had too much to drink, makes his way over to you at one point, and accidentally bumps into you. He bumps into you too. I'm saying now, I'm guessing you arrived together. And he goes, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, here. Say, I don't recognise you fellows." And he kind of looks you up and down, Thaddeus. His drunken gaze not hiding a slight disdain for the way you are dressed and your appearance. "I don't recognise you two. What are you two doing here? Who are you?"
Do we immediately recognise him?
No, we don't recognise gentlemen. He's dressed well. He's clearly drank well. Clearly eaten well. "What are you two doing here?" And he's asking you, what are you doing there and who you represent. He does not recognise you and he wishes to know. Clearly a man of entitlements who feels that he should know everyone here.
We represent the Blackwater Exchange.
Well, I've never heard of it. What kind of name is that? What do you do? And you see it now, he kind of greasy fingers. He kind of takes some food off a nearby tray and starts eating it. And he's got a glass of porter sherry in his hand.
Do we recognise? Do we represent the Blackwater Exchange?
You said it now.
We'll send it to this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. That feels a bit. Because the blue coats are going to know who that is, right?
Probably. Some of them might.
Probably.
Some of them might.
Probably.
I'll nudge you in the side. My name's Ibrahim. I'm an author from Aruvia.
Ah, right, yeah. Well, what kind of things do you write?
Oh, I tend to I like to archive the wonders of the world. Particular interest in military history at the moment.
Oh, there's your stress, eh? Yeah, well, Horth is a military man, don't you know?
Right.
Oh, is that why you had the invitation, perhaps? Are you writing a book about him?
I certainly feel blessed to have been invited to this.
Oh, well, you're certainly... I mean, again, he looks you up and down now, kind of like drinking, like, corner his eye, like, you peasant. That's kind of the adjective of this guy. And he's like, well, you certainly should be. You're dining with the elite tonight, shall we say, yes.
I'm gonna try and consult him and just like try and basically get onto his good sides and just be like your name and shake his hand and everything. And
okay, yeah. So it's control to start with. Yes, you know, control to start with. This guy, he's curious as to who you are.
Yeah,
but he has no reason to believe you shouldn't be there. He's just a bit like put out as, why are you dressed so shabbily? Because this guy's wearing like nice clothes. So yeah, controlled standard.
I'm gonna steal this dude's colours.
Alright, consorting.
6.
So you do it, and you do it without consequence. You sway him to your understanding that you do belong there, and that you're a writer, and this is your friend. And
I'll pitch in that I was telling Merrick about my military career in Scotland, you see.
Of course, my friend here, he's been telling me all about the wonderful military history of Ekeros. He was a general, you know.
Pick me up, say somewhat of a hero.
you're a general.
For a brief period.
What's your name?
Lafayette.
Never heard of you.
Bartholomew.
What did you
say? He looks like he's got a drink in his hand. He's like trying to read it through like the clear liquid. Bartholomew the Third.
Alright, General, where did you serve?
I'll go into detail about...
You know this bit,
yeah.
At least, yeah.
I'll go into detail about where I served. And I guess try and give him enough information that...
He's inebriated.
Yeah.
And thankfully he's inebriated. And you're between your so convincing and your military background and this guy's drink, he believes you.
Yeah.
Okay. Flashback. What excuse did we have for being together? Like, I know you're a military writer. I'm a military thing, but have we got some sort of enterprise or something we're working on? Is it me who's getting the connections? Is that the way we're going? Maybe I'm just like an outsourced advisor for you, really, at the minute, or something like that.
Yeah. Something like that.
And I'm fronting the money for your book. Maybe I'm your publisher or something like that. Like I've done military books in the past, and I'm fronting money up to publish this book you're looking at doing. We'll say that.
Yeah, that's what I'll say.
Back in.
So one of the things I wanted to get out of the consort role was to ask his name.
It's Lord Barristan.
Lord Barristan.
Yes. I'll get you his actual details now. His first name is Barristan, but his surname...
Do we get the impression he's talking to us because no one else likes talking to him, or he's talking to us because he's just a nosy bastard?
He bumped into you and he's drunk.
Oh, right.
And he bumped into you, he's drunk, and he didn't recognise you.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, if you had, if he hadn't bumped into you, he would have just carried on.
Yeah. So I guess the thing with the elites here, they probably all know each other.
Exactly, that's exactly what it was. And you get the impression like he didn't recognise you, so like, who are you? You know? It's not like, oh, sorry, wait, I don't know you. Who are you? Kind of attitude. Yeah, it's Barristan Sterling.
Sterling.
Yeah, Lord Barristan Sterling.
Drunk guy.
I put drunk.
Cool.
Well, how... do we recognise the name? Do we recognise the last Sterling? Is that a minor house?
It's kind of a decent name, but it's not one that you can.
Okay.
It's not. It wouldn't be a household name.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, of course. Okay.
It's likely a lord of industry or something like that. You know, one of those like minor nobles, like 183rd in the line or something like that to the throne of the emperor, the immortal emperor, no less. Yeah, and he's in his 50s. Looks like he's an old gentleman. He's probably his family's been around. He'll be old money, but not particularly wealthy.
I'll say.
Because in this, there will be probably like a few thousand lords and ladies.
I'll
And he's kind of like losing interest in you guys now after you talk about military history. He's like, he was interested. He's like, yes, Blitzkov, he's totally racist. He's awful. But like as you start to talk, like the details start washing over him. He's just like, yeah, and starts to look around.
I'll ask him whether he's heard any rumours about this big invention Horse has got.
Yeah, well, no, but it can't be much worse than his last stuff, can it? I mean, it's the final roll of the dice for me, if I do say so. I mean, and this guy's spilling way too much for a noble. He's definitely a couple to drink. Big red, like, jowls, like, kind of wobble as he talks. And he's just like, but, no, it seems like the last roll of the dice for me, if this doesn't pay off, I don't know how Horth will keep his reputation, but... Oh, well, he must assume that he has something up his sleeve if he's gone to this length.
I'll ask him whether anyone's unexpected at the party. Guess who stood out for you?
No. Why? Who stood out for you? He leans in, like, real close, like a spirit in eyes, like...
I'll say, well, I heard...
What do you think? Is there someone here I shouldn't be? Do tell, old boy.
No, I've always wanted to see Lady Dunville in person.
Lady Dunville? She's over there.
She's got quite the reputation, you see.
And he kind of, like, misjudges what you mean. He's like, does she?
I'll let him,
like,
I'll let him construe whatever he wants to construe.
Well then, like, what reputation is that?
A woman who can get things done.
I bet she is. Excuse me. And you see him now, he makes a beeline for her.
God. Oh well. At least we got rid of him.
Yeah, suddenly you see on the way, like, he grabs 2 drinks, and, like, he starts drinking one, and yeah, you see him lost in the crowd, but he beeline for her.
Can I make a survey roll to see how well the room's guarded to stop people from going to other areas of the house?
Certainly. It'll be controlled in because you look around, it's not hard to do. Actually, this will probably be risky for... Risky standard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You do stand out a little bit, not much, just a little bit. And there's danger here that someone will be like, who is this odd looking fellow? Looking, and what's he looking for? So yeah, risky standard.
Okay. Risky yo. And it's a 2.
It's 2. You're not sure. You see quite a lot of presents. Yeah. Can you please make a clock? We're going to call it...
How many segments?
20.
4. No, it'll be 6. It'll be 6, sorry, Dan, 6. 6-segment clock.
6-segment clock.
Kicked out of the party.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'm going to stop doing things.
And just tick 1. As you're looking around, you see a couple of the guards, the private security, looking at you. And they kind of give you a bit of an eye, and you nod to them, and you carry on looking. But as you look back, one of them is just kind of like, this has got to be like a quizzical look.
Okay.
So...
Yeah. Okay.
But it's difficult to say. You can't see. You see a lot of red velvet ropes, and it's definitely we definitely want people in this area. Is there anything else you wish to do, or would you wish to wait for Horth's announcement? In the meantime, like you've got probably a couple of hours to mingle because you guys got there at the hour of silver, which is 8. But it's the hour of flame, 10 o'clock is apparently what the rumours you hear when he'll be displaying his invention.
Would it be fair to say that we've been able to get a description of the people who you
yeah, absolutely.
Of note? So can we look out for Dr. Uriel Crabstitch?
I started the Crabstitch thing, and I'm not sorry.
It's Crabskidditch.
Crabskidditch.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's
that
not,
name's much
really
less.
Crabskidditch. Crabs with double B as well. Sleazy lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you
it's
want
still
to
Crabstitch on my paper. So
and that's what it is now, canon. There's definitely like a special place in hell for players who purposely misspell names, and every DM will face it, and you're going to face it. Honestly, after all of us.
I just spell them out phonetically.
There's a really good one, like on a side note in New Critical Role, there's a guy called like Jemedi something, and the guys call him Jumanji Costco. It's so funny, just like, where's Jumanji Costco? And you see Matt's face every time, it's like, oh my god. Like Jemedi Console or something like that. So yeah, if you want to find Dr. Uriel, you certainly can do.
Yeah, I think we want to.
Yep, so look around. I guess. Are we surveying the crowd for him?
Even asking you could just maybe.
You'd be able to find them. These people aren't hidden. You could just after a few minutes you could find each of them properly.
Okay. So,
yeah. Do you wish to approach him?
Just not roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is in conversation, so you may want to either come back later, or you can certainly make a roll to see if you can engage, without alerting, or...
Can we do a flash...
You don't want to just go, hey guy, like...
hey! Can we do a flashback to... I've gathered a bit more information on Dr. Uriel Krabskidich.
Actually, you'll be taken to do so.
I believe...
So I'm guessing this is information you want to gather before the party to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm probably in the best place to do this, so... well, I've heard of Uriel Krabskidich from the Centurion Club, being that it is...
Yes.
Loyally.
Yes.
Yes.
He's been there a few times.
Okay.
What action would you like to take?
I've met him. Interesting.
You've certainly been in the same room with him, so whether you've met him, I'm about to determine.
Yeah. I think I'd just like to consult with him and like...
Sure, go for it, yeah, man. Make your roll.
Mischievous.
Risky standard.
He's just among the people that I've spoken to, and this is good because it'll also back up my Mindez.
Because you're going to get crit.
Yeah, it will be Ibrahim, yeah.
Ibrahim. So
risky standard. And this is no stress draft back because this is something you could have done easily. So yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we haven't established that we haven't met before.
Yeah.
With thingy. That's not good though, Dan. Come on, Dan. You had 3 dice.
Merrick, most of the time you are quite a silver-tongued, charming fellow. And every now and again you meet someone where everything you say is wrong and everything you desire they don't like.
Is it because I keep calling him Crabstitch?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Keep calling him Crabstitch.
Yeah. The fact that you can't seem to pronounce his name is just a word you can't utter. Drives him slightly mad.
It's just one of his things. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, he does not like you. You've met him, and as soon as you recognise it, you're like, oh, I know that guy, Crabstitch.
I'll just no.
Yeah, you've met him.
Okay.
You've seen Better Call Saul. He's like that. He's a good lawyer, but he's sleazy and he's corrupt, and he doesn't like you very much.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know he's met him before?
Well, we would have talked.
Yeah, we
talked about it. Yeah.
When
you're talking to him, he's just like, no, it's Krabskidich, and you're like, how'd you say it? Krabskidich. No,
wait.
Skiditch. Skiditch.
Are you saying, was this consult roll while we're at the party? Or
No,
I was going to say, right. Okay.
So the established fiction now is that at the Centrulia Club, they've met, and he does not like Ibrahim.
Yeah. Oh, God. Do something. Press on.
It gets to the point where
press on with your child.
He thinks you're taking the piss, and he walks away from the conversation. In the flashback. And then, as soon as then, you've not spoken to him.
Sway him. Desperate sway roll to try and get him back on our side.
Yeah, I will press on.
You want to press on?
I'm going to press on.
And you're going to make it desperate.
I'm going to desperately try and get his name right.
You're going to try and salvage the conversation. So in the flashback, you press on to try and, as he's about to walk away, because he thinks you're taking the piss.
Yeah. It's probably going to be more like a sway at this point. I just want to
Yeah, he's definitely not your friend.
I can see that. I can see that it's not going well, and at that point, I just want to sway his opinion of me more than actually make a friend.
It's revert it back to neutral.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so desperate roll, man, desperate standard.
How old market experience for that?
Told you.
Can you salvage it?
I told you it'd be all desperate.
I will give you a devil's bargain here.
Okay.
Give you an extra die, but if you fail, they can't do devil's bargain with this, can you? It has to be, it happens no matter what.
It depends how you want to word it.
Okay, give me an extra die, but Ibrahim, Dr. Uriel will always have a slight grudge against you. Even if you salvage it, he'll always have that. He will never fully forget his first opinion of you. Yeah. His first impression of you.
I think that's fair.
Okay. So you might be able to make it better, but he'll always be like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Bit of a dick.
Sway!
He's got a crit. He's critted. Oh my god!
What is that?
Oh my god!
What is that?
He trip crit. Can you trip crit? You can, right?
Yeah, it's a double crit.
Yeah. Oh my god! You actually can.
How does this even work when he doesn't like you? He doesn't like you so much. He loves you.
Yeah.
He's in love with you. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is he in love with Merrick?
What?
Is he in love with Merrick?
No. No, he's
not. He's in love with Merrick. Everyone knows.
So
he's in love with Merrick.
So
where is Trip Crit?
I think this is how I think it's going to happen here. This is so rare that it's going to negate Devil's Bargain.
Okay.
The dice itself, the dice result has negated the Devil's Bargain.
Oh my god.
No, you know what? No, better. He will never forget it, but it becomes a source of amusement for you both. To the point that when you're with him, he will call himself Crap Stitch with a straight face, just to make people feel awkward. Like he will do it.
Oh, cool. We've got an in-joke.
Yeah, that's it. You've now got an injury with it. You salvage it so well and charm him so well for the rest of the night that by the end of it, you drink to the early hours. He thinks the absolute will of you. You are the funniest. You are the smartest guy. And how didn't he see it before? Of course, it's hilarious that you couldn't say that. You're a writer and you couldn't say a word. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny, Ibrahim? That is funny. That is funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
You regale him with tales. You engage him in conversation about his things, and by the end of the night, you're fast friends. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, he has an inseparable bond from you. This is not just standard effect. This is not just great effect. This is beyond great. The crit made it great, and then the triple crit has gone beyond great. You've achieved more because in that thing, you walked away going, "My God, I am amazing at what I do." Like that night when you got in, kind of drunk, you looked in the mirror. You were like, in the mirror, you are just the best at what you do. There is no one out there who can talk your way out of situations the way you can talk out of it. Yeah. Everything you said at first was wrong, and then you just turned it around. Everything you said was right. You had the Mindez touch with your tongue.
I got this.
I think you can walk up and go. Well, what are you going to call him? What are you going to call him when you introduce yourself?
Crabstick!
Oh my God! So as you walk up, he sees you
across the room.
Yeah. Were you saying before, that you can't just point to the conversation? Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that fiction was not canon. Yeah. So it's you walk over, you say Crabstick. He sees you sees you, and he's like, "Excuse me," and he walks over to you.
Thaddeus is like, "What the fuck?"
He stops mid conversation and comes over to you. He walks over to you and embraces you. Excellent. See you here. How are you doing? How's work treating you? How's the writing going, dear boy?
Oh, well, yes. I've heard that Horth is a military man. I'm here to hopefully negotiate an audience, shall we say.
Ah, excellent, of course, yes. Yes.
Thaddeus is just standing there like a third year.
Yeah.
I go.
And these two are straight into it. Yeah, you're straight into it. Oh, yes, excellent. No, I look forward to reading your coming works. I'll have some news for you soon on one of the trial we were discussing last week. Awful twists and turns. I'm having to the things we must do in the course of just law. And, it's that, inside knowledge, but that everyone knows kind of what he gets up to.
Thaddeus coughs, quite strongly and goes, Merrick, aren't you going to introduce me to your good friend here?
Of course. This is Crabstitch.
Yes, and he looks at you, stealing in the eye, and he goes, Dr. Uriel Crabstitch. And he says the name the exact same way, Merrick. And you're thinking in your head, that is definitely not the name you were told.
Crabstitch.
Yes, dear boy. Crab. And he looks at you now. Stitch.
Well, looks like I've walked into an inside joke, I guess.
How
do you two know each other?
I see he's not a member of the Centrulia.
I've been to the Centrulia Club.
You're funny, you.
Guest membership.
Of course.
This is not happy with this backbiting.
You're clearly the butt of the joke right now.
Yeah, he does not like being the butt of the joke. Oh my goodness,
And then suddenly, so they start talking, he's like, and then she said it was the baby! And it's these inside jokes, and you're just like, what even is the context for that?
I think at this point, I think Thadeus would start hitting a drink pretty hard. No, honestly, he'd start knocking him back and at the best opportunity, grab one from a waitress or whoever's or a waiter who's giving them out on the silver trays. I think he would start. Obviously, not part of this.
Letting the bromance happen.
Yeah, let the bromance happen. And,
it's a bro down. It's a real bro down.
Just kind of out of game moment. We really did not need to go to the party for this to happen. If I already know him that well.
I wanted to see what Horth was up to.
Yeah. Okay.
See what experiment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to come for that, but like.
Yeah, suddenly Merrick's forgotten everything. That's how much you like Crab Stitch. I've forgotten everything. It's just Crab Stitch now. I'm calling him Crab Stitch. Crab Skidditch.
You know when Merrick like shouted out Crab Stitch.
Yeah.
Can I do a survey roll to see if anyone like went for their weapon or like had a weapon on them? Like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Like,
just
just-
call this control standard.
Okay. It is a 2. It is a 2.
Can't
do shit today. What's the point of me being here?
Just get a double crit like me. It's easy.
You're not sure. Would you like to make a press on?
No, it was just a moment of
No.
spur of the moment thing, like.
All you see was people looked around shocked.
Because Thadeus definitely was on edge because it's
Yeah.
his military training, like, but he definitely was on an edge because it was unexpected. Merrick just going Crab Stitch in the middle of the fight.
Jesus.
Like, looking around to see what was going on.
Twitchy.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
While you're talking, so now some of the servants begin to hand out a strange item to everyone present. And it's it's about that big. Handheld. It has no wires, no contraptions that you can see. It has a small cylindrical metal bottom with a clear glass top. And inside it seems to be small two-like antennae with a little wire between it. It looks, for all intents and purposes, like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Quite common in Doskvol.
That's really common. You've seen them. And people start questioning it, and the servants, everyone answers the same question with the same thing with just a knowing smile of silence, just that. Well, for you, and you go, what is this? And he just goes, and just hands it to you. And this happens about half 9-ish? Yeah, half 9.
Does everyone else look like they know what's going on?
No, no one.
No one looks. Sorry, I thought you.
People
were
start
gonna say-
taking it, start looking, going like, what is this? You know.
I'm guessing. I'm going to try and study it
Oh, certainly. Yeah.
and see if I can deduce what it was.
Controlled limited.
Okay.
You've got an item in your hand. You are one of many people studying this item.
Does it look like something's going to go off relatively soon? You know, like the big announcement's coming soon.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you said 10, didn't it? Was that
Yeah, it's
dinner?
about. You
What
reckon?
sort of time is it?
Sorry. From the rumours and what you've heard people talking, apparently Horth's going to be coming out around 10,
What sort of time is it?
about 9:30.
Okay.
Depends on the Crab Stitch, about 20 minutes.
I'm gonna excuse myself to go to the bathroom
Okay.
with this item. I'm gonna go into a stall.
Okay.
Basically, gonna get some fine tinkerer's tools out and see if I can have a look at
Certainly.
seeing what it is really, like magnifying glass. Maybe put a current through it or something like that to see
Certainly.
what's going on.
That'll be now then, we'll call this standard, control standard.
Control standard.
Using your tools will make it slightly easier.
They are fine.
Or more effective, I should say, like easier, but more effective.
Okay. So tick off an item there. Tinker.
Tinker roll. 1 and a 3.
Jesus
my
Christ! I
God.
cannot do anything tonight.
Thaddeus, the drink has gone to you.
Yeah.
Crab Stitches or Crab Skidditch, or you're not even sure what anymore. You don't even know. And the drink, and you drop the tool. You're like, for fuck's sake! If you drop the tool, like the small bulb rolls off and it breaks it off. Shit. So you have a broken bulb now as you get your tools together, and you see a guy in the store next to you that kind of knocks on and goes, "Is everything okay in there?" Because all this guys here breaking glass and you going shit and the clang of metal hit the floor.
Yeah, I've had a bad reaction, that's all, to the food. I think I'm allergic to fish.
More roughage. It helps.
Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the advice, stranger. See you back out there, and I'll leave the store.
Not washing your hands.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Don't you do?
There's a guy in there washing his hands and just leaves you come out and just goes, oh. Like that. Not either like doing a flush or anything, you just walk out and he's just like, animals.
When I get back to the party, I'm going to nudge Merrick,
Yeah.
and I'm going to ask whether I can borrow his light bulb.
Yeah, so Thadeus comes back, he hasn't got a light bulb anymore.
What happened to yours?
Look, just give me your light bulb, okay? I'll explain later.
They're still being handed out if you wish to have one.
Yeah, I'll go grab them.
Get rid of the one.
Okay. Hey, excuse me, I didn't get.
And the same servant turns to you and just goes, and gives you one.
I excuse myself to the
In fact, just take another thing from me kicked out of the party.
Oh, come on! I can't even wash my hands! That is ridiculous!
It's not that, it's the whole thing of like, it was just weird, the breaking glass, the metal, the fuck, and then just walking out.
I'm gonna get kicked out before I've even done anything wrong. Right, okay. I'm done. I'm done until anything else happens.
Okay.
I'm happy to just wait.
I'd say we just wait then.
Okay.
We've established what we need to with Crab Stitch.
So, as the next minutes went down, you start to drink. The lights in the ballroom dim and begin to shift and focus on the centre stage. You see now, coming from not the rear where you expected, but the entrance where you came in, the doors open and suddenly the crowd slightly parts and you have to kind of push through a little bit to get a viewpoint as the crowd kind of does that like thing where it goes to a U to allow one entry, a person entry. It's been a long time since you've seen Horth in person. Very long time. The years have treated him well. He's now in his late 30s and he's beginning to approach that age of a man when he begins to attain real respect. His age shows that he's been through things. He's a man who's lived now for several decades and has likely seen some of life.
Mm-hmm.
He has a well-groomed goatee, black. His hair neatly parted on one side with a fade cut top slicked back, also black, giving the appearance of someone who seems to know what they are talking about, even though he hasn't yet said a word. That kind of just air of knowledge and inquisitiveness. He wears a beautiful white scarf draped over the shoulders of his dinner jacket. He wears a white shirt with a well-fitting black coat over it, black suit dinner jacket over it. His hands are not gloved, but he walks with a cane. Beautiful black cane with a silver top on it, from which you can see currents of energy running through it ever so slightly.
Thaddeus' glass cracks and fissures down the side as he's holding it.
Oh,
as he sees him walking across, it just doesn't smash, but like just a crack in the glass, just lightnings down the side of the glass as he sees him strolling across the.
He wears a smartly buttoned waistcoat. His dinner jacket's open, the waistcoat's on there, with a beautiful deep red tie underneath it. He looks every bit the wealthy gentleman. As he walks in, he nods to the crowd before him, and then wordlessly strides through it like he owns the place, which he does. The crowd parts for him, even people who would be technically a higher standing part for him, for this is his show. He walks through the crowd, taking his time to nod and smile at all, and then makes his way up the left-hand set of stairs to the balcony area. He sets his cane to the side before placing his hands on the balcony proper and leans forward. And he addresses the crowd. My friends, thank you for coming this evening. It's been a long, cold year, and I'm very glad to see each of your faces. Some of you are new friends, which I hope tonight you'll be amazed at the marvels of which I can produce. Some of you are old friends, and I hope your faith has not wavered this past decade. For tonight, I believe you will all see the power that will drive the future. You have a small gift in your hands. I believe these will be worth some value in future, and memorabilia of what you're about to witness. Now, would anyone care to make a guess as to what you're about to see? And immediately you can tell the drunken voice, a couple of people pipe up and someone goes, show us your arse, and it's that kind of like no more joke, and there's a bit of a joke. He's like, oh, of course. Yes, and you too. You too. And he doesn't seem to be in the mood to entertaining kind of any particular repertoire. Shuts him down. Other ideas are thrown at him. Sparkcraft, and he goes, close. Someone goes, you're going to do something, you're going to like what ghosts? And he goes, not quite. And no one seems to get there, and he seems to be enjoying this cat and mouse game of the real questions. And he raises his hands to quiet everyone down. No. What you're about to witness has never been done in the history of Doskvol, or indeed any of the Imperial Emperor's fine domains. It's something I've spent long and hard studying. Well, I let you see it for yourselves. And as he sweeps his arm across, the item in your hand begins to glow, ever so faintly. Before each and every one, you see the one closest to him starts, and it seems to spread out amongst the people, amongst the 150 people, and each one begins to glow, faintly at first, and explodes, before what you're holding, perfectly cool, is a glowing light bulb. A beautifully bright glowing light bulb. And now you've got this wonderful, beautiful showmanship effect as the whole room lights up. Every single person, you've ever seen a group of people holding candles, and this beautiful lights in the darkness effect. Here, everyone's doing the same, but the light is electric. It does not splutter, it does not fail. And he raises his hand, sweeps it back, and the lights go. What you are holding in each of your hands is wireless, unlimited power. The connections unseen, they move unheard. I want you to think for a moment what we can do with this new technology. Wireless power throughout the city, and what this may lead to. You hear the breaking of a glass as someone has dropped it, and you see it's the rather large fellow you spoke to before, Barristan, and he dropping it, he immediately just starts to clap, and the applause starts scattered, but quickly breaks. People start putting the glasses down in pockets, and the applause begins to crescendo as they just applaud whether the showmanship, but also the invention of this wireless bulb, the likes of you've never seen anything like this. Power that you do not know how is somehow being powered. If it's real, or not some kind of trick, or arcane, not trick.
I would like to attune to see if there is any ghostly force around it, whether there's a connection through the ghost field or something like that.
Certainly. This would be risky standard.
Risky standard, okay. Attune.
5. He is doing it.
I can roll.
You realise quickly you're not the only one doing this, that there are a few others in the area who are doing so. Because you can sense just those stronger presences, almost like you're underwater with them and you can feel the kicking in the water from their presence. But no, the only sense you get is a faint kind of presence of electroplasm, but that's not unusual. No, this is something else. This is not something that the ghost field is using. If he has indeed, again, this is not some kind of trick, and if it is, you're not sure how he's doing it now. Seeing this whole has found a way to connect energy without the use of wires, which would be a revelation. Horth then raises his hand and goes, allow me to demonstrate the control one may have over such elements. And he points to one person whose bulb immediately glows, the rest don't. Closes his hand and does it again. He starts pointing them out, and then he starts to raise both his hands down columns. An entire row lights up before it goes back dark, and he almost as if he is playing some kind of magical game that only he understands the rules for. He lights up different sections of the crowd before finishing it all off by turning all the bulbs down. He goes, I feel that is enough showmanship for now. I'm sure you have many questions, and I will be happy to answer them. For now, eat, drink, enjoy your stay in my fine establishment, and I will be greeting each of you in turn momentarily. For now, enjoy! And again, rapturous applause. scars across the hall as he picks up his cane and makes his way down, starts to shake hands and starts to discuss with the party goers.
So I sort of know like where Horth got his plans or information for the weapons he's developed in the past. Yes. Like, because I help develop them and help make them, bring them to fruition.
Yes.
Based on that knowledge and having read some of the texts which disclose this information, and based on looking around the room now, is there any way Thadeus would be able to deduce or attempt to study what's going on?
Yeah, certainly try.
Just from like his hand motions and whether there's a delay or just the things he sort of sees.
Doing this from sheer memory will be difficult.
Yeah.
And just see if we can get, and even see there will be very limited knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Because it's making logical jumps, but you can certainly try. So what action are you taking?
I think it would be a study.
Okay.
I think just to try and recall information.
Yeah.
And also to assess critically what's happening here,
okay.
and like try and basically on the spot deduce how is he creating this wireless electricity basically.
Yes.
I think he is going to push himself purely from the point of the narrative. I think it makes sense because Thadeus would be like, people are clapping him, amazed, and he's not enjoying that happening as well. So I think he would get stressed out by the situation. He would attempt to Oh, could you tell me position effect? Because I might want to raise another one.
Position effect would be for this.
I guess it's limited.
Definitely limited. I'm wondering if it's risky or controlled. I think you can choose either here.
People are distracted.
I could even see desperate. Like, it's kind of how open and how you want to do this. I guess I would say. Like, what would you want it to be in this one? I can see arguments for each of those. Like, if Thadeus is super angry and starts like snatching a bulb and like trying to screw it publicly, that would be like start being desperate. You're making a bit of a scene. If you want to do this just super cold and calm,
I really do think he'd be upset with what's going on right now, and I think he probably would lose his cool a little bit.
You're going to do it,
So yeah, I'd say desperate. I'm going to use the stress to attempt to raise the quality or the tier. Sorry, the effect level.
It's still going to be limited.
Is it?
Yeah, even with the raise, and it's going to be like in the spectrum of the limited. It's still limited. I would say here it's one of the very few times you can't raise it.
Okay, I'll do a desperate roll still, 2 dice.
Alright.
Attempt to do it. A 1 and a 4.
You got the 4, you just got over the edge. Mark your XP off. 4. It's too good. It's too good not to do it. It's too good not to do it.
I'm only doing it because that is literally what I think he would do.
And I agree with it. Like, that's great, and that's where you're going to get XP at the ends. But this is too good not to do.
Okay.
How do you start studying it?
So I'm not looking to see how he's controlling it. Looking around the room, thinking, is there people like flicking switches, or like are there whispers like up in the belfries or anything like that?
Absolutely. So, as you're doing this, mark another tick on that pot on that clock for me. Yeah.
Who would have thought Thadeus would be the reason to get kicked out of this party?
It's not over yet. Because as you're doing this and you unscrew the light bulb, the crack's already formed, it splinters and you have and you've actually got a little bit of blood dropping out where the glass shattered and broken your hand. Are you with him at this point?
He's with his mate.
I'd like to...
Just for this depiction, are you with him now or not? Because something's about to happen.
I'll say not.
Okay, that's fine. You don't see him coming, but as you are standing there, a voice from behind, an oh so familiar voice, one that sets temple like that vein in your temple pulse, and that almost drives you to violence. Goes, I'd be careful if I were you, there, Thadeus. These items are quite fragile, not suited to the hands of a brute. It's Horth, right behind you. And he's addressed you by name.
I'd prefer if you addressed me by a different name while we were amongst such pleasant company. Horth.
Do you turn around to face him?
I'll say that as I'm turning around.
Okay. And he's standing there before you in his full regalia, leading the one on his cane. And a couple of people kind of like looking now, like, you know, to see what's going on a little bit. But not too close, keeping a respectful distance. So you got into a conversation, but you are in a crowd. And he goes, and what name have you used to worm your way into my private gathering tonight? What alias shall I refer to you by, old friend? You're older than him by a little bit.
True. I acquired this invitation by paying a cost. I didn't worm my way into anywhere. You'd call me Lafayette Bartholomew III.
Indeed. It's a grand title. You were never one for such grandiose statements when I knew you were in the military. I guess we all must change.
It was a neat party trick you got there.
It's no trick. Like looking down at your hand now with like a little bit of blood dripping off it. It's real.
Was it amongst the documents?
Yes. Are you asking him that?
Mm.
No. I know you're...
So who did you steal it from?
I stole it from no one.
I find that very hard to believe.
I'm sure you do, but you think more of yourself than you have any right to, my friend. I stole nothing from you. I know you don't believe that, but I stole nothing. You cannot lay claim to ancient technology, and you are not the only one who can read and understand and learn. If you were, you would not be in the position you are now, and you would not be living in some hovel, I imagine, in Crow's Foot still.
Thaddeus' temple is like pulsing, and he raises to like wipe his forehead, and there's like a little smear of blood along the top of his eyebrow, and he says to Horth, he goes, "Your fall will be a great one, mark my words." And then I can't stand here any longer without resorting to violence, so I think he'd turn and excuse himself.
Okay.
He wouldn't excuse himself, he'd just turn and walk away.
Yeah. You see, as you know, okay, Horth just picks up the bulb you've shattered and just puts it on the side.
I think I'd go to the bathroom again and just basically clean the blood off my hands.
Just look in the mirror,
try
you
and
see
get a bit
that
composed.
Smear, like, and it just for a second, it's almost like you're back in Scotland. The blood in your face, pain in your hand, and as you look in that mirror, it's just that gone white, the blood's drained, and then it's just that pale skin you've got from the drained blood, and just that smear of blood in your face, and just seeing Horth's words and his voice echo in your mind. It's just like you're back in that moment for Scotland, having fought and killed, Horth at your side, his commands echoing in your ears. Like, this time he's insulting you.
What is this guy up to?
So, well, that's happening.
Meanwhile, I would like to... That back room has me intrigued. The one that's roped off.
Yeah.
So, I would like to attempt to prowl.
Okay, up to the stage.
I want to see how different it is, how difficult it is to prowl before the lights come back up, basically. So while the show's going on.
I see. There was a spotlight in the centre bit, so you can try and stay out of it, but it's still like illuminated.
Oh, it's past the stage. It's not like.
It's like, if you imagine, it's like a to describe it better. The stairs come up.
Yeah.
And it's like got a front bit, like a semicircle that comes out.
Yeah, like a balcony.
And like a balcony, and then a stage. So the spotlight's on the semicircle, but it goes into the stage, like the circular spotlight. So you can try and stick to the shadows. It would be desperate, but it would be standard.
Okay,
you can try and wait till people are distracted and sneak up, but yeah, it'd be desperate to do it without being seen.
What we could really use is a distraction.
Yes.
Damn
I thought he could have caused a distraction. Smoke bomb.
Signature.
Thadeus bingo. Right. Okay. I think I'm just. I guess I want to survey the room and see how well guarded it is, basically? Like, what...
2 1s and a 5.
Yeah, so what... where there's anywhere I could sneak to, basically, to get behind the scenes?
Certainly.
So
Risky standards.
Survey. With a 6.
6, you do it without consequence.
I'm not even disappointed, it's just annoying.
You're getting carried tonight.
I know.
It is heavily guarded.
Wow, okay.
There are guards stationed at regular intervals.
Can that be my prayer roll?
Because in this room tonight is some of the elite of Doskvol, all gathered together, and the military will take no risks to its elite.
Okay.
Moreover, the idea that they're showing a new invention, new substance,
Yeah.
new rescue.
I think really I'm just kind of making my way around the crowd and like trying to figure out the...
Do you need me to make a distraction? I can poison someone.
While you're doing that,
I can.
Yeah, you can.
while you're doing that, just FYI, if any commands committed against the liberty of Brightstone count as hostile turf for the purposes of heat. That's how well guarded the area is. Just letting you know.
So we're getting heat for
yeah,
being
If you attack or any do anything against the nobles here,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
counts as enemy.
No murder. That's it. That's the number 1 rule.
You find yourself suddenly facing a Horth as you're walking around, and he's making his own way around, and you can see, he's letting people talk, he's asking questions, and he's establishing the rapport with the crowd and the wealthy.
Yeah.
In preparation, what you'd imagine as a businessman for his investment. It's that ask me anything. It's that kind of like in an AMA, ask me anything, because I've got nothing to hide, and I want you to understand what opportunity this is for anyone who wants to get involved.
Okay.
And so he's face to face with you, and he utters the first word. He just goes, "I don't believe I've had the pleasure."
Quite. I am quite new to the city. My name is Ibrahim.
Shake your hands.
Yeah.
It's a firm grip, solid grip. So, Ibrahim. Ibrahim. Hmm.
Quite fascinating technology.
Yes.
Every poem must surely have a source.
It does indeed. It's a generator. Except this is a design of my own making. One that, rather than relying on wires to communicate electricity, it goes into what's described as a spinning motion by using polar opposite magnets. Creates an energy field which I was able to send through some technology we possess. And I realised by increasing the spinning we were able to extend it further, and that by installing receptors into the apex of the light bulb, taps it, it could actually transmit this energy without the use of wires. I imagine soon that every home in the city will have one. Reliable energy, cheap, and free. All that we need is small tax. I see less than probably pay now. I am no government official, so I cannot promise that, but I imagine so for my own designs at least. It would require a nominal fee and would not require far less upkeep than our current circumstances allow, and using less electricity to do so as well, thus allowing electroplasm to be sent to where it is more needed. And who knows, in time, perhaps we can replace the lightning barriers altogether.
And the generator's not powered by electroplasm?
Oh, it is, but the amount input and the power output is far greater than traditional methods of electricity. I'm sure, as you know, the lightning barriers use vast amounts of Leviathan blood. With this, we will be able to subsist on far less. Leviathan hunters, they continue to work, of course, if they wish, but men would not need to risk their lives. And this is only the beginning. As it is refined and further improved, I believe we can reduce the consumption of the energy even further, and maintaining output, if not increasing it. This was a great day.
Quite.
All great discoveries were ventured upon by men who took down new and unknown roads armed with nothing but a vision. And I'm very excited to see where this technology leads us. He's giving you the sales pitch.
Yeah.
Like, totally. He seems to believe what he says though. That this technology will change the way Doskvol live. That it will allow people to have energy that wouldn't normally have it. That it will use less Leviathan. But is there anything you wish to do or anything you wish to do? Is this party to seek investment or? Well, there's always seeking investment, are we not? But this is merely to debutante, shall we say, my invention to the world. Amongst friends and guests, whom I invited personally. And now the conversation seems to turn a little bit. And I did remember in writing your name, Mr. Lafayette. Fuck, you're the Lafayette.
Huh?
Mr. Ibrahim.
I think it's time to rapidly change the subject.
And you start like that, he kind of just raises his cane and just goes,
Well,
enjoy the party. Enjoy technology. Good evening. And he moves on to the next conversation. I just made a point of saying I don't remember inviting you.
I'm gonna try and engage you in conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
Or like once he walks away, I'm gonna walk over.
I walk away.
Get out of there. I'm gonna go over and try and talk to you.
Yeah, I think the first thing I like mutter to you out of earshot of anyone else is, so how do we sabotage it?
I need access into that room there, the one with the velvet rope across it. Looks pretty heavily guarded.
Got any distractions lined up?
I could poison one of these fuckers, but send them mad. I don't know. Again, with the blue coats, we've already got their eyes on us.
Mm.
Although you're in disguise. If I was involved in any way, they'd know.
You see, you sense a figure just boring their gaze into you. Both of you feel a shiver up your spine.
Who is it?
And a cold, almost like someone's touching the nape of your neck with cold fingers.
Who is it?
You see across the party, directly through the crowd, just that gaze of Harvale.
Oh God! Why is he here now?
Because he invited you to the party, because he was invited.
He's there as
Of
well.
course he is. He got you.
Oh, okay.
In human form, I assume.
As you see from a distance, yes. And he's standing next to someone, a tall, lithe man with white hair, shock of white blonde hair, long, perfect, that goes down. His features are pointed and very fair. The age of this man is indeterminable, but he looks ancient, but shows no sign of age. But just that, his bearing, his gait, and he stands next to Harvale. His hands clasped together. And the two of them, it's almost like no one else can see them. The conversation passes beyond them. The crowd flows around them as if they were just an obstacle and not people. No one averts their gaze. No one gives them the gaze. They avert their gaze from where they are. And where you're looking, it's almost like no one else can see them. But Harvale's just looking at you the whole time.
Is it Lord Sturlock?
Lord Skurlock.
Skurlock?
I don't know, you've met him
Don't
before.
know.
I am so sick of being stared at today.
Thadeus is like, what?
Look,
And Harvale just raises a glass to you.
I'll nod to him slowly, and creep.
I'll raise a light bulb.
That guy creeps me out.
Mm. But it's by his grace that we're here.
Merrick,
We must be thankful.
nothing would do me more pleasure than to fuck up this whole thing for Horse, but I feel we need to bide our time on this one. But if you say the word, I'm more than happy to go and mess everything up for him.
This party's
cause some mayhem.
This party is a big PR stunt. I feel like if we do nothing and it goes well, this message will be well received. And I don't think that's something that either of us want.
I need to get in that room, so you need to cause a distraction. I can give you some poison.
Understood.
This is going to be ridiculous.
When is it never not? When is it ever not?
This was his idea. It has nothing to do with me.
I don't want this to go well.
I love it.
I want it to go well. Let me just. Sorry, I just need to get up my list of poisons. So I've got drown powder, which is a fine dust that incapacitates by giving the sensation of drowning. Eye blind, a powder that causes blindness for a moment. School fire, toxic fumes from overly heated diaphragm blood, causes incapacitating migraines. And standstill, a powder that causes... Oh no, I do not have I do have standstill poison. A powder that causes temporary paralysis.
And you have all these as those ones you have, right? As the
I can acquire them from my bandolier.
Awesome.
If needs be.
Which one is he looking at?
So I've got them in my...
So which ones? Just say that again.
Just it's any of those poisons. That
Oh,
are
these
on my
poisons here.
bandoliers, yeah.
Cool.
One's a tier 4, which might be actually better for us, because we'll be against someone's tier, I suppose. Like whether they're resistant to it.
Yeah.
Drawback is it's volatile, and they usually get a sickened level 1 harm. So, don't know, which one do you think will cause the most panic?
Do you not have to acquire it? It says here that they spend downtime actions to distill it.
Yeah, that's if anyone other than the leech wants it.
Oh,
Because I've got
really?
my
Oh,
bandolier.
cool. You always have it.
Yeah, so I've always got these basically.
Oh, I said you can take any 3 of them in each.
Yeah,
store,
yeah.
right?
So
Yeah,
I
I'm
took
with you.
them
I'm
off
with you. I'm with you.
the
I'm with you.
That's why I've been firing so many grenades at people,
Yeah,
because you
that
just
makes
get them
sense.
back.
So if we could do without
Yeah, sorry, that's you right. That's
Without
right.
hurting someone.
without poisoning. Yeah.
You could have drunk, but that is. There is that guy who's already drunk. We could just get him drunker,
Yeah.
and then maybe you could convince him to do something stupid, like hit on Lady Dunville and grab her inappropriately, maybe.
You want the man to hit on Lady Dunville, and Harvey was right next to you.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Look, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm not going to be around much longer if you keep doing that.
We all not can't take it. We all ticker. I'm willing to help you for a price.
And what would this price be?
There's a lady here tonight. I wish you to kill her. Not necessarily tonight, but to make her mark, make her known, and then find out where she lives and execute her.
So, how many were left of this ritual we saw in the
4.
house? So there's 4 left. There was 5 to begin with. I'll say to him, so she's one of the 4 then.
That is none of your concern.
But she is.
It's none of your concern. Our business arrangement has been rather simple. I provide a service, you provide payment, and I am now providing a payment, and you're providing a service. Or have Lord Barristan hit on Lady Dunville to see how far that gets you.
What will you do?
Surely, if your heart is so weak, you would not wish to know these things.
No,
It's
you're
just
right.
Like, you suddenly like you've just been plunged into cold water. Both of you.
I'm up for it. Thaddeus slowly nods at Merrick. I'll leave this one to you.
We have an agreement.
We have an agreement.
He holds out his hand to shake yours.
Looks like it.
Yes, and feels strange. Not quite. As if the human guise is almost an illusion and you're touching something else. I enjoy working with you both. especially you, Merrick. There's something different about you these past few weeks.
Oh?
Yes.
It's the stress.
Yes. Mark with the arcane is upon you.
Oh, no.
And he turns...
I will assume there's... I'll assume that's something good.
And he goes back
It's tainted.
to his fellow who he was with before.
Okay.
A few minutes pass and you're not sure what. He's sitting there waiting, almost getting impatient. What's he going to do? Before suddenly all the lights blink out, the whole place is plunged in the darkness. There's screams.
Okay,
And then someone goes, of course, and you hear the drunk barrister go, it'll be one of his shows, be calm down, old girl. And you just see now shapes of figures.
I'm going to try and get into that room.
Okay.
The blocked off room.
Okay.
Using a prowl roll.
Okay, this will be risky.
Yep.
Because once you get there, it's the silhouette and people start actually to make lights and stuff and not basically bump into someone and make it obvious what you're doing. But risky, and we're going to call this great because it's pitch black. You can get past it, you'll do it fine. You've got probably, you know how long before the lights come back on? Because you know his guy now is making lights everywhere.
Can you give me a devil's bargain?
Okay, devil's bargains.
How about one more tick on the clock kicked out of the party?
I'll give you one if you're caught, you're kicked out completely. Because, I mean, you're trying to break in.
With how you're rolling.
Oh, you could set me up. You could just start screaming like you're scared of the dark. Like, no one would know it's you. Just start screaming.
I'll go on for you. That might work. Might work.
Go on.
For one devil's bargain, I'll give you a dice. If you, during this now in the pitch black,
Right.
pressed in, surrounded by bodies, you develop, reveal, give, create, whatever you want to call it, a phobia or a weakness that may hinder you in similar situations in the future. And just tell us the origins and the details of this flaw that will be on your character. That will be Thadeus. Is he scared of the dark? Is he scared of whatever you want it to be? But it will, might affect him in future.
I will just... I might make a counter offer, hold on.
Okay.
Would you have any fire oil?
Do. God. I'm scared that
You've got like a vial of fire oil.
Yeah, I can give you a vial of fire oil. Explain to me what you're going to do with it.
I want to throw it with the light bulb so that when it lands, it just like bursts into flames and just like these things are unsafe.
Okay. Well, what I was going to do anyway once I got in the room is basically overload the thing somehow, or so that all the light bulbs explode or something like that. But
this might be a good like.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you one. That sounds cool.
Cool. I'm going to take some fire oil off Thadeus.
Okay.
And I'm going to like throw the vial with the.
To make it look like that's what's done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's
It's
the bulb's
just-
unsafe.
I'm throwing it to the other side of the room, but like as soon as it hits the ground, it's just like someone's dropped it and it's just burst into flames. This shit's unsafe.
Okay.
I guess that's. What's that going to be? It's probably
I'm not going to take that
tink.
devil's bargain. I'll take the stress.
It's probably
Taking the stress.
Yeah.
It's probably a tinker, is it?
Makes sense, yeah.
To do that?
Yeah. Could
I'm
finesse
gonna
it, try and get it, like,
push-
dexterity, try and throw it. Yeah, tinker.
Could I have done that for Merrick before?
Yeah.
Alright,
So you could-
I'll tinker.
I mean, you could just,
Okay.
flashback it,
Okay. Yeah,
as soon as
can
you
roll
got it,
first.
you got him into the bathroom. Yeah. It will cause one stress, though, because you will have to actually do the work on it.
Okay.
Like,
See how good it is. Of course, a 2 and a 3.
so, you don't do it, at least not the first time. As you're doing it, the powder starts to ignite.
Yeah.
With contact in the air. You can push on, make it desperate, and try and stop it exploding in the stall.
Can
or
I
going off.
Can I shove it down the toilet?
Or ruining it, yeah. So you can either push and make it desperate and try not to ruin the powder. Either you salvage it and work it, or you ruin the powder. Or try a different method.
I'm just going to.
Is it a use? Is it a
yeah,
item?
I've used one. So.
Okay, then I'd say that basically either you press to make it desperate, or it's worthless.
Okay.
And you have to use another one.
I'll do another one.
Okay, so you bin that one off like it goes. Yeah, you bin it off. Yeah.
It's down the toilet.
Yeah. So that's 2 out of your 3 used now, right? For your bandolier.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 of my 3. Yeah. So I've only got 1 left. A 5 and a 4.
You do it. Okay. Complication of this one.
Was that desperate?
No,
I just used one. A different one and used it.
Yeah, the thing I was saying, it's either or, you know. Yeah. So you just bin that one off. So it's 1 less bandolier use.
Yeah.
Complication here. You've done a good enough job as you can in a hurry.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying here. It's limited effect. It's less effect. It's still what you've done it.
Yeah.
But it's just not as effective as you want it to be. It's like, yeah, it'll do the job. I've got to go back. I haven't got time. You haven't got the time to properly do this. So you've made it look like when it breaks, it'll do it, but it should work.
It should work. This will work, Merrick.
Yeah. You're like in your head, it should work. And you're like, it will work.
Right. Can I do my prowl roll now?
So you're doing that.
Yeah.
So before you roll, because it'll help set you up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do your roll?
Yeah, so I'm going to finesse it to just throw it, I guess.
Okay, yeah, cool. And try the hits.
And keep the vial with the with the thing. I'm going to push myself.
Okay. Do you want Devil's Bargain?
I can't have pushed myself, you see.
Oh, okay, fair.
What would you put regular on be?
You hit someone.
No.
I'm on 6 stress now, by the way.
Yeah, he's just racked it up.
6 stress, yeah.
I mean, I've already taken the stress for the prowl roll, and I took 1 stress for the flashback.
Yes.
So, yeah,
okay,
makes sense.
Cool.
I haven't made the prowl roll yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, finessing, 2 dice.
2 dice. 5 and a 6.
Come on. Can you roll under a 4? Gee.
The dice gods have made the decision tonight. Right down the middle, it's split. So yeah, you throw it, it hits there, and you land it right at someone's feet, and then it's a woman, and she jumps back and screams a little bit, and then someone goes, "My God, it's exploded!" And suddenly now there's a bit of a commotion, everyone's going, and these people now sort of drop theirs, and another one goes, "Don't drop it!" Like that, and suddenly now it's a bit of a commotion, it's hoo-ha, and you see immediately Huff start making way over with some of the security guards.
I'm going to use this 6,
and you
which is down the road.
You hear one of the security guards now grab another one and just go, "Get the fucking lights working," like that, you know. What initially was thought as some kind of stunt, now people are going to go, "This isn't right."
Okay, so my 3 dice, prowl roll. I'm walking out the party. This isn't it.
Standard great effect.
Standard great.
Risky great effect.
Risky great effect. I thought it was a 3. A 5.
Okay, as you're getting across there, you don't get all the way. As you go top of the stairs, you see someone else has made the way up there. You see 2 people, a man and a woman, who've taken advantage of the quiet time and it's dark and then to start basically making out in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
You're going to have to either prowl past them or take another action to get past them and get through that doorway. You've made it most of the way, but you're not quite there. It's just slightly less effective than you thought it would be.
I'll make another prowl roll.
Okay, go for it. Risky
1
standards.
Okay, 2.
You get in there, but not before the guy goes, "Who was that?" Like, he goes, "Who's that coming?" And then the woman just goes, "No, come back. Take another on the clock, please." Oh, God. Someone's seen you go in there.
Okay.
Someone's seen you go in. Oh, they see a person go in.
Yeah.
So, as you get inside, lights in here are on.
Nice.
Immediately, you are struck by the sound of machinery. Heavy liftings, pistons, and the buzz, the unmistakable buzz of electricity in the generator.
Okay, so I'm going to take a study roll to basically have a look at it and see if there's any way I can overload it.
Okay, so what you actually see is a hallway which leads down. So when you go from the hallway into the noise, okay, it's an empty hallway. So as you get around there, you enter into a back room. This hallway comes round, and it's quite a large room. And inside, as you kind of see now, you see 5, 6, a few more at the back, figures scrambling around. The generator is whizzing, going round and 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 round. And you see those big levers you get from like the Victorian times. Like one guy's like trying to slam it down, clearly trying to slow it. Like you just get the point, this should not be going that fast. And you see Horth in there.
Horse in there.
And he's going, get it working one more time now. And he's shouting at people like his demeanour of calm and in control has gone. And what looks to be like, you guess the chief engineer, he's got his overalls on, he's got his grease stains hands, oil stained face, goes with those. He goes, my lord, I understand, but if we keep pushing this, it may break. He goes, I don't care. We need more minutes. Get in there, get a light now. The lights have gone off. I need light in there. And then you take a step back. You keep out of sight. Horth is telling this guy he wants it back on now. The guy is going, it's going to overload it. I'm worried you're going to overload it.
Is there any... is there like a main... I guess, is there anything between me and him and that area which looks like there's like a power cable or anything like that, or is it all down there?
There's quite a few, yeah. Like, oh, sorry, in the room, yeah. Not what I mean. You have to go into the room.
Right. Okay.
Horth does look like he's about to leave.
Right. Okay.
Like he's coming there to tell the guy to get it working, whatever the case.
Is this corridor the only way in and out?
No, he's going through the wall.
Okay.
It's like it's the same. Looks like it's symmetrical either side, and you from one way to come out the other. Yeah. He's there. He's got another exit there.
Okay. I'll just like peer around and hopefully.
So Horth tells the guy again, just get it working. I don't care how. I don't care the cost. Anything what you do now that is breaks can be repaired. It can be fixed. This tonight will bring the money in. You must get those lights working. Get the bulbs. I don't care about the power cut, whatever that is. I want the bulbs working. And he's going, but my lord, it wasn't ready. I told you it wasn't ready. I don't care. It's already. I've done my bit. You do your bit. Like that. It's clearly not as well developed as Horth was making out. That's the question you're getting here. You don't think this has got anything to do with the power cut? What he's saying here is about the light bulb, saying that this generator is taking a fucking lot of juice. It's got two massive like turbine parts to it.
Right.
Probably about double the size of this table. It is big. You know, it's the size of like a good sized Land Rover car. Like it is big and the same height as well. Like this thing is bigger than a man. And it's huge, and it's just tons of power cables. And as Horth walks out now, one of the short fellow, you can't tell how old he is under the kind of stain, but he's kind of got like dirty hair. He's got blonde hair, but he's got streaks of oil in it, where he's clearly been working like hard. He kind of takes a handkerchief, rubs it off, and goes, right, try and overload the capacitors where you can, divert the energy, and get ready to shut it down if it starts to fizz. Like that. And he's telling those guys now some emergency protocols. Looks like they're going to do it. These guys are going to whack that power back on. They're going to push the generators even further. If they sort of get in there, probably wouldn't be too much to overload it or sabotage it or wreck it.
I'm going to walk around the corner.
Yeah, I mean the room's big. Like there's a few people in there, but they're focused on their jobs. They're heavily focused on their work.
Okay.
You could definitely try and hide in here and not be seen.
Right. Okay. In that case, I will try and prowl into the room.
Okay.
I mean,
because there are big pieces of machinery and desks and all kinds of things. You imagine like a automotive shop. You you've been to a car garage.
Yeah.
And it's got all that stuff around it, and
yeah.
everyone's focused on their job. It's like that with a giant generator. This is clearly a workspace. So yeah, there's definitely a place you can hide in there. And the room's so big, that was probably 6 people here. You can see you look under the generator, you see footsteps walking down. You go behind it, you won't be seen there. You can move, you can scurry through the room definitely.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and prowl through the room.
So it'll be risky standard that you might be seen here, but everyone is focused on their work.
Okay. A 1. Boom.
As you come around the corner and bump into someone, you bump into someone. You come out, you step in there, you take your first step into the room, and you immediately, guy right there, you were so focused on him, you didn't hear or see him, and he hasn't heard or seen you in the corner. He's so focused on the machinery he's got and trying to keep the power, and he's watching the steam gauge. You physically hit him, and he looks to you, and he's just stunned. In that split second, what do you want to do?
I pull out a grenade from my bandolier, and I go, everyone stop what you're doing and get the fuck back, like that.
Are you out of stuff in your bandolier?
No, I've got
one more, yeah. Okay.
And I'll try and command them to do what I say.
You got a grenade?
I've got a grenade.
Okay.
I'll blow this fucker up, I'll say that.
Wow, yeah, okay. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Risky great, we'll call that.
Risky great?
Yeah.
1 die again.
Let's see if the guy's going to be a hero.
Let's push it. I sort of feel like I do need to push it.
You're being recognised now, you're not disguised, are you?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm recognised.
Yeah,
I'm pulling out stops, baby.
Okay.
You pushing it?
No.
What is stress there for?
Can I take that devil's bargain now from before?
No, there was the darkness before put you in a dark place.
Okay.
Let's see.
All I can say is there's another tick on the clock as someone hears a shouting or something like that. But I guess it's quite loud in the room.
I think. Yeah, they're loud. Oh yeah, the noise in here is huge.
What about if the grenade isn't one of the real ones? It's one of the fake ones that I made earlier. Like it's not actually a real grenade. Like I didn't want to bring explosives into the party, so it's actually just like a fake grenade. But if I had to use it, then it'd be fake. Or is that not strong enough?
Okay, yeah. If you have to use it, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Okay, yeah, I like that. If you have to use it, it's gonna work. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Intimidation piece.
2 dice.
2 dice.
Come on. You can do this.
I'm scared to roll
Believe
dice.
in yourself.
I should have just left the room.
Believe.
4 to 5.
Okay. So only the guy and the guy next to him hear you. The rest, the other 4 can't hear you over the sound of the.
I'll just motion to them.
Yeah.
And tell them to get in the corner, basically. Yeah. I'll still hold the grenade in my palm.
Yeah. They do it, but you get the sense that the one you bumped into, he's got a bit of fire in his eye. Yeah, okay, he's done it. He's kneeling down. You want to keep an eye on that guy.
I'm guessing he was working on one of the capacitors he was trying to overload.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and short it out, basically.
Basically, what Hulk's gonna try is try and get a big flash as a finale and go like, and you get the impression like it's gonna overload the capacitor. Well, that didn't make sense. Like, you know, big technology, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You think, oh, if actually that could be a good finale, just boom, look what I can do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they were doing it anyway. Oh shit.
I mean, forgive my technical terms. I'm sure any engineers watch this will go like, that's completely wrong. But they're gonna try and get a squeeze every last drop they can. But yeah, you can wreck it. You know, you can easily slash this place up. You can overload it. You can destroy it.
I want to overload it so all the bulbs pop, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So Tinker, I guess, is the obvious one.
Tinker, yeah. One eye on this guy.
Tinker, risky standard because you're trying to do that while keeping an eye on everyone else. Yeah.
2 dice. I can do it. I did it before. This is going to be a crit. I can feel it. Oh, it's close.
I got the 6. Yeah, man. The complication of that last one on this one was that the setup was if you fucked this up, he was going to go for you.
Yeah.
Like
I would have assumed that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do it. So you keep an eye on them. You pull the right. You press the thing, and you just go. I don't need to know this, or I need to know how to fucking break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? How would you do it?
I just.
How would you want to do this?
How do I want to do this?
It's obviously got a knob that you just turn, right? That's how it works.
And he goes. Woo.
Turn the knob.
Yeah. some dials start doing this at the other ends.
Yeah. I get out my screwdriver, like jam a panel, like flip it open. There's like obviously like some wires in there.
You have to duck down for a second. You see the guy looking around, like the chief foreman, like looking around, carries on. You carry on.
I get my wire clippers out, like clip 2 wires, like tie them up there, and go back out to the outside. Put the dial back to 0 and then whack it up like past it.
Oh, so it's gone to 10 and you've reset it and
yeah.
got like, you ever done that with a lighter where you can like reboot it and it goes again? Yeah, it's like you see the guy in the floor now, he gets up and his friend holds him down, like seeing you with that grenade. He's like, no, don't do anything. Like the guy's like seeing what you're doing, like, oh my god, no, you absolute monster, you're ruining our work.
I'll so as I've done that, I'm going to go to light the grenade. Yeah. So I'm going to light the grenade and basically roll it towards them. Yeah. Obviously they don't know it's a dud, and then try and make my exit and run out of the room.
Okay, what action do you want to take for that? Is like
honestly I don't know what
skirmish,
running fast.
Maybe?
Yeah,
skirmish. Like to throw the grenade and
just
run without, because if they throw a grenade, they might try and throw it back. They might do something. Yeah.
So I'll light the grenade as I'm working on the panel. I'll roll it behind me and basically just try and
risky standard, man. Yeah.
1 on the 5.
If you put him in risky standard, risky being that you put him in a position to fight back if he's going to die.
Yeah.
Okay, so you. Okay, yeah. So you do that. You do it. You're out of the room. About 5 seconds later, when the radio doesn't go off, you just hear shouting from that room. Shout, and you hear the footsteps of someone chasing you. That guy knowing the grenade is not coming off now is barreling down the hallway after you.
Okay. I'm going to open the doors to the room. Is it still dark?
No, the lights are beginning to flicker now.
Okay, so I'm going to slam the door.
Intermittently, like going a bright, quite like the lights are flashing. Is the best way to describe it. You're in almost like a disco with the flashing lights right now, like just that bright light, dark, bright light, dark.
The fire's been controlled. Then.
So what?
The fire's been controlled.
What fire?
The fire oil. The.
That's happened. Yeah, Well, so why that's happened? Yeah. Some of the insurance women gone and they picked it up and started and gone like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sure it's a one-off, it's a mistake. Don't worry. You know, the guards and horsemen are trying to set people down, and they seem to have done so.
Cool.
Yeah. One of them does pick it up on something though, and seeing that because it was a quick job goes, and you seen him kind of inspect it and speak to someone and take it away.
As like I barrel through the doors.
Yeah.
I'd say barrel. I try and quickly go through the doors.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and slam the doors and basically try and wreck the lock. So shove my screwdriver. How would I do this? What would be the best way?
So that guy is like half the corridor down behind you. Like you've got about 5 seconds starting it before he's chasing you. So you get to the door, you open it. You run into the door, you quickly open it, close it, so you, like not to be too much of a rush or scene, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna jam my screwdriver under the door to try and like basically keep it closed.
Yeah.
Or jam it closed. I guess I will use.
It'll probably be no effect to put a screwdriver under a door.
Right.
Like I'm looking at the door now, I don't see how a screwdriver jammed under it would stop it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it opens in. You have to do it when he opens in.
Okay.
You would have to do it on his side, thinking that now like you opened it in.
Okay. In that case, like as I'm running out the room, I'll just can I stop before I run down the corridor and basically try and like ambush him or like jump on him as he's running after me?
Yeah, I guess so. There's no to hide as such. We get to the door, and as you like open it, you can try and like act like you're opening it. As he gets to you, just like throw an elbow and start skirmishing him. Yeah,
basically,
sure.
that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to try and skirmish him.
Yeah, risky standard. And you go head to head. Risky standards. He's charging you from behind. You're trying to get the drop on him at the last second, so he doesn't see it.
Okay. 5 and a 2.
5 and a 2. So you do it. The consequence. The weight of him and the momentum he's got catches you like your guy just slightly slower than you would like to have been. But the elbow does land, and with this like awful vicious crack, you land on the side of his temple, and he kind of goes down in a huff, and he kind of drags you with the momentum sheet, push you to the door, and you hear a thud as you hit the door, boom, and you just hear someone go outside, go, hello? Is someone in there? And someone starts trying to open the door. You guys are like landed in a heap behind it. He's out cold. Like you've caught him, like cracked him on the head. It's a sickening crack, and it hits his head on the side of the wall as well and goes down in a heap. You're underneath him, and someone's trying to open the door now and kind of butting it against you. And because they can't open the door, they're going, hello? I'm trying to like peek in, but they can't get it more than an inch or so.
Okay. I will. I think I'll just leave him there and then go back to the. Don't know what to do.
Got someone trying to get in this room, the corridor you're in. The lights flickering.
I'll quickly move his body out the way, open the door, and then drag that guy in.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you do it. So it's a bit of an older gentleman. This guy got like lipstick stains all over him.
I'm gonna get him in a headlock and until he passes out, basically.
Okay.
So like a strangle lock, in cut off the blood from his brain. And then strangles off.
I'd say he's very controlled, to be honest, because the guy's a little bit older. He's like, I have you seen in the corner, like making out
I don't want to strangle him.
And he's like drunk, and he's like, not drunk, but you've caught him off guard.
You know what? I'm just gonna drag him in.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna throw him to the floor.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna run through the door.
Okay.
Into the room, I think.
Okay. Go for it, man. Control standard.
Skirmish.
You caught this guy off guard.
4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. So you do it.
I mean, like, so the door's like opening like this. I grab him like from the other side of the door. I drag him in like that, basically, so he's behind me, and then I try and get him out. Try and get out without him seeing my face.
Okay. Okay. You're back in the room. Merrick, you see Thadeus coming back in the room.
in the darkness. Or...
Yeah.
I'll acknowledge him.
I'll acknowledge your bolt. You recognise your bolt inside.
I'll acknowledge him, but I think it's best for both of us if we don't meet up until this is over. So.
Yeah, I think Thaddeus is going to try and exit the party as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So he's going to make his way
A
through.
few people are doing so now, and they're going like,
Yeah.
you hear the grumbles of the crowd going, "It's ridiculous, the lights got off. Like, how can this generator be working if the lights can't even maintain the lights?" And you see like the bulbs starting to flicker on and off, and he's like, "See, my friends, of course, it's all part of the show. The bulb's coming back on." And this one goes, "Well, where are the fuck are they?" And they just don't. And it's just, as the room's pulling in the dark, eventually the main lights come back on. As people now begin to stream to the exit. And yes, you are convinced that from the general grumblings of the crowd, that what started off as very entertaining and very impressive has been proven that it's not reliable.
So did any bulbs pop or anything like that, or was it more like a flicker?
No, it didn't pop a sort.
Right,
flickered
okay.
and never came back on.
Right, okay.
And then the fact that you got like this damaged one, and that, but the way it went all out light, it went all out. The general consensus of the crowd is that the wireless energy has something to do with that.
Right,
and
okay.
like, you know, Hall, for all the money and energy and effort he's put in, can't even control it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
how could he not know this? Like,
Yeah.
he cut out all the lights. What happened?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Quite a
That's
dissatisfied crowd as
That's
you're walking
good.
out.
We like a dissatisfied crowd.
Good.
Yeah. I guess. I don't feel successful, but like I guess in the end it was quite good. Okay, yeah. So I think we'll just like I definitely try and make my way out. Let Amina do a twice around the block thing for me and
Yeah.
Merrick.
Okay, I'll shake my head as well, walking out, just pretend to be part of the crowd, you know.
I mean, Thadeus is shook, so he's like trying to regain a bit of composure really from the scuffles he's had.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy knows my face. That's bad. Should have worn a moustache like you, Merrick.
So, what else do you want to do? I think that's what we'll call it. You
Yeah,
guys leave the party with the very dissatisfied Hall von Drachenberg behind you. His celebration ruined as you destroyed the generator. Or ruined his finale.
And he'll have no idea who
No
had
idea.
anything to do with it. No.
So,
Cool. That was good. I
think
like the
I
party.
think that went rather well.
Yeah, I like his parties. That was so funny. And flashback roll for that. For the crab skiddage. Just like, the whole point that we were going to schmooze him then. It's
I
like,
just love how it was a completely normal party, and then we were just
crab
like,
sketch.
right, we need revenge, fire oil.
Yeah, man. So, guys, interesting tonight. So short.
Double crit
without murder. Double crit without murder.
Double crit
And no murder.
I could have murdered that old man if I wanted to.
You could have.
But I didn't.
I could have thrown fire oil at a person, but
Yeah, you get the bar to actually land up. Yeah, guys.
Cool.
So as
Awesome.
you that episode tonight ends with you guys in the carriage heading back to more familiar territory, and possibly some ways, despite the murders and the fires and Crow's Foot, possibly for you guys safer.
Yeah.
So that's how we'll leave
I
tonight.
like the idea of just like the carriage driving off, and then just in the background we just see like horse being like, "No, don't leave, don't leave."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, looking very
We just
dissatisfied.
smiling in the carriage.
Not so much like don't leave, but you see him just
Yeah.
kind of like looking at the crowd, looking over it, like almost disappointed that they'd leave and be like, "How dare you doubt me?
Yeah.
How dare you doubt me?"
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But maybe you think in his head he's like that.
Yeah.
So guys, the camera pans out and fades as your carriage takes you to more familiar territories. That is where we'll leave tonight's episode.
Awesome.
Pick up immediately following that next week.
Oh. That sounds
That's not good.
Carriage
That's
chase.
not good. We're gonna have some half ale, I think.
Why did we make that bargain?
Shook his hand.
A few devil's bargains and one demon's bargain.
Yeah.
Fine. It's just one, right?
It
It's just one.
So, awesome guys. Thank you to our wonderful viewers as always for hanging out with us. It's always appreciated. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. As always, feel free to hang around after the credits where we will discuss tonight's show. We'll hang out, chat for a bit, and do experience. Always love to get your input on that and see what you enjoyed, what you thought went well, and anything we might have missed in the heat of the moment or rolling dice, what you think deserve experience. Next episode will be up next Saturday, usual time of 7 PM UK time. live here on Guild of Gaming Twitch. Tonight's episode, though, if you can't wait that long for your Blaze in the Dark fix, will be up tomorrow.
YouTube, Sunday, 7pm, Monday, 7pm.
Cool. So part 1, which is the downtime and the free play up until the break, will be available tomorrow on YouTube. Again, also Guild of Gaming. The link is in the doobly-doo below. And then the score tonight's episode, if you want to watch a trip crit again. If you want to watch Thadeus nearly kill an old guy, and Horse reveal, will be available on YouTube on Monday evening. So, break up your weekend a little bit and you've got something to look forward to start of the week, right?
Yeah. And the highlight video with like the triple crits and then just air horns and just like zooming on the face. That'll obviously be on YouTube.
Yeah. Any of the news guys? Oh my god, that's it, isn't it?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, the only other thing for me is saying that we discussed before Christmas, that our next project will be Betrayal Legacy, which now that it's after Christmas, we've settled down a bit, we are going to start looking at getting done. So we're thinking possibly February. We don't want to give a time yet and let anyone down. So once we've got an actual date and time in mind, but it is coming soon, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Watch this space. Great guys, thank you as always for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week. But until then, from the murky streets of Doskvol, see you in the dusk. Have a nice evening.
See you.
Welcome back. It's been so long. We missed you terribly. So, yeah, guys.
I miss you a little bit.
A little bit.
Who are
An
you?
interesting one tonight. We had an info dump on a lot of people. And then you got, yeah, man, you've actually done a social score that actually went socially. I can't get you didn't kill anyone. The last time we tried to do a social score ended up in, like, screaming bloody murder.
We have killed Horth's career.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Who wants to go first for experience?
I'll go first. I
Think
think it's me. It feels like I haven't been first.
You go.
Every time I roll a desperate action, I did that once, I believe. Probably something.
Thadeus had to exercise some self-control tonight, man.
So what was your
being
one desperate roll?
face-to-face.
Oh, it was when I was trying to figure out like how the light bulb worked because Horse was making a big show and dance about it, and he wasn't happy with it. So addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. Surprisingly, yes, even though it was a social score. Like
that's right. And sabotage and stuff.
Which was good. I think it's a big XP session for both of us actually. Like in terms of
I think it's definitely 2. Like the whole thing with the electricity, with you trying to figure it out and then wrecking it.
Yeah.
2, so 2 for that one.
Express beliefs, drives, heritage or background. I mean, there was a repartee between me and Horth, which I thought was very in character and very,
you have to walk away because you were scared.
Yeah, and like the desperate roll with the light bulb as well. I didn't have to do that, and
but you wanted to know you couldn't let go. Like, has he stolen this? What's he done?
Yeah, exactly. So we took the devil's bargain as well to get revenge on him, which is a big belief. So.
Yeah, like, Harvale is probably used. I mean, I'm guessing you guys know, or the characters would know, Harvale is not to be fully trusted.
Oh, yeah. It's
like,
he just keeps popping up at the moments when we need him the most. It's like...
Almost like he's doing that on purpose.
I know, yeah. It's just like...
Yeah.
It's funny, though.
Because I really did wonder tonight if you were going to take that. I thought you might turn this down.
I wasn't sure.
And we can do it ourselves. We don't need you. We've made that deal now, then. We've made that deal.
Yeah,
which is interesting. You know, for me, that's super interesting. Like, but it's also interesting if you don't take it. It's giving equally interesting choices because that's what's interesting.
I still feel it'd be mad if we didn't take it though. Like, or you just come up and offer another thing.
He's like the Great Gazoo. He just appears and just.
I'd honestly say two for that. Like, and then struggled with issues from your vice traumas during a session. I don't think that happened really very much, other than I guess. Well, that happened last time when I sent my family away. So it's just dealing with things which happened last episode. So other than like trying to get back in contact with family members, but that was just a bit of fluff. But I don't know.
I mean, it's what do you think?
I'd say 4. I'd say I don't get 1 for that one. Yeah, because it wasn't an issue. It was just
it's not really struggling. It's just when you did the age when you seen them. Yeah, it's not struggling. Yeah, because the whole point of Blade.
I didn't do anything.
It's the flaws of the characters that made them, what they are.
I didn't make I can't. Yeah, 4. I can't think in a minute. So I'm gonna put. I could just put more in resolve and then get a bingo across the whole board. No, I'm gonna put 2 insight.
Start getting some 2 dice of things.
The only thing you can't do is sway people.
Well, apparently tonight I couldn't do anything. So.
I couldn't do anything. Very true.
It's because you only get 1 dice. That's because that stat.
Sometimes it comes off. Sometimes dice, isn't it, man? Nature of the dice. 50-50, isn't it?
I like taking stress as well. So like 1 dice, at least you can take a stress to take 2 dice. Which is better.
Yeah.
Merrick.
Slide. Desperate action. I had 1 desperate action.
Correct.
I can't remember which one it was, but yeah. Deception or influence. I can't really think of anything for this one,
Yeah, struggle one, right? Yeah.
I'm struggling to.
Apart from Crab Stitch.
Yeah. Get into the party, you would literally pretend to be someone else the whole night.
Yeah.
So I think absolute big 2.
Big 2.
Believes Travis heritage background. I mean, Horth is a big one.
Yeah, Horth for you. Even like you're wearing like the next dress from the Ruvian.
Yeah.
The whole writer thing from a Ruvia. You played off the whole I'm from a Ruvia.
Yeah.
And used that. You made the truth into your life. You wove it together, right?
Yeah.
So I think 2 there.
That's what slides do. And then Vice or Trauma.
I think we struggled with it. Yeah. Wait till you guys get the trauma, man.
I'm trying my best.
Oh, you can get it if you want.
I keep forgetting you can resist actions, like even things which are happening, like as long as you can think of something.
Oh yeah, to be fair,
resist.
I forgot. You know what? I forgot to you could have resisted that doorway. You could have resisted the idea.
I could have said no. I don't want him to slam his head against the door.
Yeah.
Like I could say I resist that and try and pull him away. Like
I forgot you actually. You can resist.
You know what I mean?
Always forget about resist. I don't think I've ever done a resist.
I've done a couple and got 6 on like both.
You've always resisted from getting shot.
Oh yeah, so you
can resist any consequence. Yeah, you got to remember that.
That's what I was.
You know what? It'd be worth making a note when you sheet. You can resist consequence just so you see it.
I just put resist and bubble it, highlight it.
Yeah, always resist.
Always resist.
Cool. So that is enough for me to level up in resolve.
Nice. Bam. Dump it on there.
Yeah.
Nice. What's resolve got again? Resolve is the one where it's
the tune command console.
Yeah, it's all talky.
So I might take. Oh, you can't take your 4th point in console.
Not until you're master now.
I might take another point in a tune.
Ooh, nice.
And I might start going a bit of a ghosty.
Makes sense.
Command's also useful, but I try and avoid it, so I'll go a tune.
Nice. Merrick's been using the ghost field more recently. He has been.
He's tainted.
He's been dipping in.
It's almost like that taint is kind of
seeping its way into his flesh and his soul.
It's weird that.
Yeah.
Weird.
I like it. It ties into the narrative.
Crew XP, acquire product supply, execute clandestine.
I assume we can delete the kicked out of the party clock.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was close.
I did all of those things.
Yeah, all 4 of you. Yeah.
Acquire product supply, execute clandestine or covert sales, or secure a new territory.
No, this was more like something to you personally, wasn't it? It was a gang, it was you two, not the gang.
Yeah, it completely was.
Contend with challenges above your current station.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a 1. Bolster your
Is
crew.
that a 1? Or was there nothing vulture-wise in this one?
I think so.
Duh.
I think there is the other den in Silkshore that was kind of...
Yeah,
we
I
think vulture run,
I think so.
Probably too.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Professional and ambitious.
I don't think it wasn't a crew, it was personal. This was like, I feel like
very personal.
Yeah.
Very personal, this one.
the score was there anything else outside of the score? Because we did mention something about professionalism, trying to stop the war.
How you were going to get rid of the vultures.
How we were going to stop the war, yeah. Because I think the whole reason we wanted to set up with Crab Stitch, or Crab Skiddy,
was to get someone you can use to liaise
to try and
fix a fixer.
Professionally fix the situation.
But you haven't done it yet, though.
No.
That's fair.
And I guess.
So I don't see a lot of it.
I mean, we are hawkers, and we have actually got new product supply because we made a new product through the clock. We've got a different type of
neutral recall.
Oh, fair, yeah, fair.
So
fair,
I mean,
fair.
that's more like
I'd say one,
one at the top.
I think one there makes sense.
Probably zero. It bolster your crew's reputation.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd say zero.
Yeah,
there.
because
Express goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. If our essential nature is making deals with demons all the time, then yeah, I'd say so. But I guess that isn't really.
I think it might sound too ambitious.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not public knowledge. But what you guys know is that like you're kind of willing to do.
Yeah, it's not really what other people know. And it was pretty covert, this one.
Yeah, I mean, like what tonight was like. It was literally you two. The only person you had was from me and taking you there. You didn't use anyone of the gang because this was a personal thing for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Know? Which works great. Like, I think it was a really interesting one. But
unless you. I mean, the only thing is if Merrick bolsters his own reputation in the Central Eliot Club, doing so well with a lawyer.
Or, it's not the Hawkers, though, is it?
Well, he was doing it.
That's what you're bringing.
Oh, right, I suppose. Yeah.
You might set yourself up, I think, for next week. Having the fixer ready.
Yeah, well, personally, I'd say 3 is okay.
Yeah.
We do level up.
Nice.
I'll level up.
Did we need all 3 to level up?
No, we've got one
left
over.
rolls over. So we've leveled up the Hawkers.
Can we think about it?
Yeah.
We'll do it at the start next.
Yeah, we'll do it start next week. So we can make some. We can discuss overnight. Over the week and see like if you want an upgrade or one of these like what in game what that represents, what it does. It's always fun to have something not just like an arbitrary upgrade but an actual fluff thing.
Yep.
Cool guys. So they've leveled up. So we'll find out next week what they take.
We could choose an ability from another crew. Might be interesting.
So guys, awesome.
Is it mastery that you need to get the 4th?
Yeah.
Yep.
But we need 4 ticks, so we'd have to spend 2 on that one.
Really? We need to get all 4?
Because it's linked. That usually means that you need to tick both of them.
So 2 levels up. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Awesome. Good session, guys.
That was really fun. That was really funny.
I mean,
I don't know if it was funny for you guys, but like
I thought it was hilarious, and that's why you laughed so hard.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
It was just a bit silly, but it was kind of funny and serious. It had serious moments in it, like when Horth came up. That was a really good scene. It was good.
I was ready to see how you'd react to that, like how Thadeus would literally face to face. It's like the vein in your temple beginning to pop in that voice that makes you want to hit something.
Yeah, no, it was good.
And even having him insult you, going, I didn't steal anything from you, like almost like you were nothing.
Yeah. No.
And then
and in between those scenes,
oh my god, yeah, triple crit. That was the desperate roll because you were like you kept getting his name wrong and you were like
that was
a desperate roll.
It was a double crit on the desperate.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, amazing, absolutely amazing.
Cool.
Right, guys, so you stick with us. Also, sorry for yawning on the weather. Thank you for bearing with me tonight as well. And yeah, man, we will catch you next week. I'm super excited to see where this leads to. So awesome for all of us at Guild Gaming. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for having enjoying and playing our game with us. And we will see you next week. Have a nice evening.
See ya.
Bye.
Some things never change.